back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all think so. Don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call it trampoline.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
On 2nd down, Wilson. Henry's got it out on the left side. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he's got Miller. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First. Catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down. On 1st down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. Finds a seam inside the 40. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage It'll be back at the 36. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Shotgun. Shotgun, 4 down, 4 down. Check 50, check 50. Shotgun.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. To the right side, complete to Miller. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys didn't come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Hey, 14.
Wilson on 3rd down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A 1st down throw from Mayfield. Dumps it off to Mixon. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a 1st down.
Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Gone!
1st down, Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it.
Well, we may not see it behind the big play sheet that they like to use, but I bet there's a big grin on the defensive coordinator's face. A corner blitz, what we often call a cat blitz. Usually they disguise it, Brandon. You're up on a receiver. It looks like you're going to bump and run with him, press coverage, and then he just takes off straight for the quarterback, and someone comes behind him to pick up the receiver.
And as a former member of the secondary, it makes you happy too, doesn't it?
I can't lie about it. I've got a big grin on my face, too. That was a heck of a play, a heck of a call.
Check 50, check 50. Start that.
They get it to him running left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. To throw is Wilson. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Russell Wilson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
No. Check. Patriots.
Back to Mixon on first down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
Mixon with a first down carry. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. That was going to throw deep right side. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Check 50. Check. They got 4 down.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And it's taken in at the 9. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Lucky 56. Gone.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. He got 29 yards that time.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Back 99 Philly, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Eric Armstead breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
14. Hey, over here.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
19.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Here's Wilson. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Bang out, bam, bam. Shotgun. That's the West. 14. Be alert.
Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Gutierrez. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Wilson now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
Run it. 18. Bang out, bam.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Bang out, bam. Check 26, right, easy. Check 51.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And a nice spin into some open field. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
14. Run it. Gun. Hey, over here.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Mayfield off the play fake. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. That had disaster written all over. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Second and 10 now, Wilson. He's going to launch this thing way down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Cordray Tankersley with a pick, and a big turnover there. His guys will get the football back. Following the interception, Mayfield. His throw is going to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, Mayfield. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A minute 57 to go in this first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
Mayfield on first down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. On second down, Mayfield again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. And again, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. From the shotgun, Wilson. Going deep this time for Miller. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Braxton Miller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Falcons now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Flushed out right. On target over the middle to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he was able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mayfield now on second down. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is fourth down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Fourth down, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals will get the football back. Good starting field position for them as they come up first and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out.
Detroit! Detroit!
They go play action here on first down. It'll buy some time right. He's going to let this go deep. Back up. And got his man. Complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And give them a gain of 37. Now Joe Mixon. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And fights through one man. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's got room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll run it here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Gotta go. Motion. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic. Strip that ball.
Here's Wilson to throw. Open man right side is Sharp. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Don't take forever, okay? One's left. Good guys, 4 down.
Running for it. Here's Cook. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Falcons defense stands tall. They'll get the football back. Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
3rd and long for Mayfield. He is going to find Hill here. That catch puts him right at 100 yards receiving now, and it also gives him a 1st down.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number 1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
12 more yards there and another 1st down. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 22. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It can be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And that's off the mark, incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up. Here's Johnny Hecker now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Out of his end zone, Mayfield. Steps away to his left. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This game just keeps evolving and changing, doesn't it? You got a tight end who can move around a lot. Not necessarily using a big body on him. Sometimes take a corner, a better cover guy, and put him on him and try and take him out of the game as we've seen in this one.
You're exactly right. They've taken him out of the game. That was just his first catch. Big reason they're losing right now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Mayfield on play action. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up third down. The Falcons on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14.
All right, now, look at 56.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Gone!
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Dancing to his left. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Check. Come on, back. Let's go, 4 down. Gotta go.
On second down, Cook. 11 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big pickup, and guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Hey, over here.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals just continue to pour it on. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
No, check.
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. To Mixon on the check down. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and they're going to face a 3rd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Now Mayfield. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. A couple of first downs as the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Mayfield down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Second down, Mayfield. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And the pitch goes to Mixon. And some space here. 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 48 yards on the ground. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2.
Leopard!
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he will get into the end zone as the deficit moves from really bad to slightly less than really bad. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner. And just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I think a Bengal player was able to get in there. He was. And they'll keep possession of the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 19. Now it's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big gain of 39 on third. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Wilson wants to throw it. This complete to Henry over the middle. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing again here, Wilson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
4 down.
To throw again is Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.